So, welcome everybody to the Australian Hypnosis Conference. First up, I would like to thank Justine Letty for being our major sponsor with the Golden Thread Protocol. Really exciting stuff in there. But today, I'm talking to Karyn DeMol, and let me get this right. Latest secrets, headline, use mind, body, and brain for money attraction. You got to tell me more.
So
Secrets.
inner secrets. So obviously, as you know, I am an accountant. So that's where the brain bit comes in. And then also been a kinesiologist using the body, and then the mind with the NLP, the hypnosis, and everything else I have up my sleeve. So combination of the three is, I often believe, what we need to attract money to it. You've got the law of attraction, and I love the law of attraction, but there's other pieces, missing pieces that I think are actually required. And we have talked about this before, but I've sort of discovered that, we can actually find the answers from within ourselves of our beliefs by using our body. And so I'm also going to, show a few techniques on testing your body to see what those beliefs and those beliefs that are blocking you from actually becoming a magnet for money.
And one thing that, I know I was taught this as a child, is money is the root of all evil. It's like I didn't deserve to have money in the bank or to be abundant and stuff like that. Would you say, and as an accountant, is that something that you come across as well?
Oh, definitely. But, some of the biggest, definitely a lot of people have that because they believe that if you're a nice person, you can't have money. And, some of the biggest blocks for women, or not just women, actually everybody, for money blocks, are things like, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough. It's not necessarily about money. It's the actual personal beliefs.
Yeah.
Money is the root of all evil, feeds into that, because if I'm not a good person, then, that's, money's evil, and, all these sort of different things. So it's not just the blocks on money that actually stop us from achieving what we want. And it's all we want is success and success is different for different people. Success can just be, having a happy famknow, but sometimes you still need money to be able to do that as well too.
We need money. It's as simple as that. And like, I don't know about you, but money was a simple concept for me. It comes in, it goes out. But how do you keep it in?
That money burns a hole in my pocket. That's another belief a lot of people have.
Or it's payday. Payday, spread the money.
And when you hold on to those beliefs, that's actually what actually happens. I also believe you've got to align your money with your beliefs and your values. And if you don't, then you're going to be in conflict. So if you, are constantly paying money out, have a look at your value. Like, what is your values? Maybe you believe that you're not allowed to have money. Whatever you make, you're always going to put back out there again.
Yeah. What about the parasocial disconnection that we get with money these days? So a lot of money isn't in our hands. Like, how money has a feel and a smell to it?
Yeah.
Like, we don't have that connection anymore where we purchase like pretend money.
It's all in our phones these days. You just tap on your watch. You just tap and
what about that disconnection? Are you going to work with that as well? Because like it becomes that like it doesn't feel real anymore.
Yeah, it does come down to, that's where I believe it has to be your brain coming into play, because you need to know what your numbers are. You need to know that you can afford to go out and buy those $1,000 boots, or you can't afford to buy those $1,000 boots. Maybe you have to buy a pair of boots that are $200.
I remember in my first couple of years of hypnosis business, and they were like, "Oh, you earned, I think the first year was $68,000," and I was like, "Fuck off, I did." You go, and before then, I was a cleaner and stuff like that, and you're lucky to clock 36 grand in a year, and all of a sudden I'd like doubled it, and it was like, no. So you have to know your numbers. And do you find that some people it's not that they don't want to know the numbers, they do want to know the numbers, but they find it a bit boring?
Well, it's also can be quite confusing. Like, to understand, one, if you're in business, so obviously hypnotherapists are usually in business for themselves, they need to know how much to charge. Now, that's another belief, that people believe they're not good enough to charge the right amount. So one, obviously charge your value. But when you're first starting, that may be, small amounts, depending on what you feel. But you need to understand that, okay, I'm going to spend money on marketing. I'm going to spend money on training on new skills, getting, being skilled up on different things. You need to know what those things cost you, so that you go, okay, I'm going to be spending 68,000 a year or whatever. I need to make 120,000 a year. What do I need to make 120,000 a year? I need to actually then calculate it. So I will talk about that in my talk, but obviously the training afterwards, I will go into more detail for the people to understand their numbers more. So it is very important, but it's not just for business. It's even just your home life, having a mortgage. I remember when we first got our mortgage, I set up a spreadsheet to say, okay, this is what our expenditures are. We're allowed to have this much pocket money, and the rest is towards the mortgage. And I kept that for 12 months. And then after that, realised that the mortgage was being paid. We were, because we had the redraw facility.
Freedom
so understanding your numbers is not just about being in business. It's actually just being in life.
And it's also that path to freedom, that path to flexibility and retirement, and having that sense of security, I suppose, as well. So absolutely, I'm going to be there, as you know, sort of thing. And everybody who wants to do a post-conference training about money with Karyn, she's going to be working with beliefs. She can help you with budgets. Don't ask her to do your accounting, because that's a completely outside fee.
That's another thing.
That's another thing. But she can help you with all that, because she lives that life and she does it. And, she's gotten herself to that financial freedom stage sort of thing. So if you want to do the post-conference training, please book in for that as well when you book in your ticket. So Karyn knows all about money. It's as simple as that.
She knows the woo-woo mind stuff as well as
No, it's not very often that those two align, is it? So, So thank you, everybody, for joining in on this talk. Catch Karyn DeMol at the AHC in 2023 live in Melbourne. And if you can't get there in Melbourne, then please join us on Zoom. So otherwise from that, the link is down in the description, and we'll catch you all in the future. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
On that light when this dickhead gets under there and moves it. Caught, so don't fuck it up.
Got it.